Snackers live.
What it do, snackers and snackers? It's your boy Cage. Jokes, you in the building?
I'm in the building.
Your face is still baby, bro, but it's
Hey,
coming in there. I see it. Look at it.
A little slow, but it's coming back.
Look at that little scruff, little 4 o'clock shadow. You know what I mean? Like 3:45 shadow joint. Then you in the building?
I'm here. What's happening? Say 3:45.
I ain't know 3:45. What's going on, Leah? Good to see you. You are officially now tuned in to Loaded Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today, hey dog, today we are going to talk about Batman again, because good Lord, what is going on? I mean, that's not all we're going to talk about, but we are definitely getting ready to talk about Batman again. We're going to talk about a new Transformers film. We're going to talk about Tom and Jerry getting a film. We're going to talk about the Fresh Prince having a reunion. We're going to talk about the Snyder Cut. We got stuff to talk about, y'all. And that's like, and there might even be, I'm good for a curve. I like to throw a little something in there. It's been a long time since we had a curveball, hasn't it?
True. It's been a few weeks.
Jokes. Look at Sim's face. Doesn't he look like he's waiting for me to just throw a curveball? He's slightly like, nah, I'm going to be ready no matter what. I'm gonna be ready. Look at him.
Just on edge, just ready for it.
You ready till that sneeze comes.
Does that make you nervous? The curveball? Is that like...
No, like it's become a part of the show enough now that like, okay, like at some point it's coming. Like it
could just happen.
Yeah.
Hey Roberts, what's up? Marcus, what's up? Tony, what's up? Glad to see you all. Listen, I don't know if you all saw the fiasco that I saw. That was the new trailer for Batman: Soul of the Dragon.
I didn't watch it.
I did. Oh, I did.
What in the hell?
Soul Brother.
What is this?
I don't know.
What is this? Why is there a 1970s Batman? I am training to learn Kung Fu. Why is this a thing? Why is he with Bruce Lee? Not Kate. It looks like it's actually supposed to be Kato from the Green Hornet. Like, why is this a thing? Why is this happening, bro?
Oh, I don't know. I have no clue.
The new direction of the DC animated universe? I guess.
Slim, listen, it is a straight blaxploitation.
Yes.
Listen, Michael Jai White is voicing the black martial artist in this. It is straight up Black Dynamite, bro.
Black Dynamite, Jim Kelly, all of it.
What is this?
Hey, look, I can't wait. I'm gonna have a field day watching it.
Dog, listen. What's up, Ty? Frosty Murray, what up? Listen, I don't. Okay, look.
Jokes, you really need to watch the trailer.
The
music, everything.
Right now.
Hold up. I'm about to watch this joint right now. Hold up.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna mute myself so I don't get.
It's Bat Dynamite, not Black Dynamite. It's Black Dynamite. I don't. Slim. It is 70s funk music. Funktastic.
All right, I'm about to watch this now.
The art style is like, I don't. What are they doing? Are they just doing anything? Who paid for this? That's what I really want to know. Warner Brothers is scrambling. Like, we might have to get rid of DC. We might have to just chuck our video game division out the window. And they have the nerve. Listen, it's Bruce Timm. We're talking original Batman, the animated series. Like, it's the guy. Why is this happening?
Hey, look, I don't know, but like I said, I'm just waiting for it to come out. I need to watch this. This is going to be hilarious. And I bet it's still dope. At least in the action department. I bet it's still dope.
It is. It gotta be. It has to be. Look at Joke's face. Watch this now. Look at him. What kind of shenanigans are happening at Warner Brothers and DC that allows them to pay to script, animate, and pay voice actors to do this. I don't understand. I don't
I don't
understand.
know. But as soon as when I saw the trailer, like the thumbnail was like Son of the Dragon, okay, new joint. What's it about? Clicked up, and as soon as I saw like fake little Bruce Lee there, I was like, hold up now.
Like, what is this?
Where are we going with this?
He was calling
music
my
start
man
kicking
Bruce
in. I'm
out.
like,
I'm like,
oh my God.
what was that? With like the mask and stuff. Like, what was that? Like, I don't I don't know what is happening here. I can tell you that I don't like it and simultaneously intend to enjoy every minute of it. Like, I'm so confused. Who is this for?
Okay, I'm confused because like it's like, why is Batman just randomly in this? This seems like this should have been something just without Batman in it.
Bro, listen, if it doesn't it feel like Suicide Squad, like how they just threw Batman in it, like threw his name in it,
just to do it, and so
about him. But nope, I don't listen. I don't know enough or care enough about these other characters.
Marcus said it's the Flash's fault.
It has to be.
Hey, this is the universe we're getting. If you watch the last DC anime, I guess this is the universe that we're getting now. Oh, buddy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, good old Bronze Tiger.
Oh,
had enough.
Dog,
I have had enough.
Also, it was that afro. As soon as I hit, I was like, "Oh, that's Michael Jai White right there."
Oh no!
I thought I saw a woman in the room. Hey, listen, if you haven't seen Black Tiger,
no, you have to watch Black.
I haven't seen that in some years. I need to sit down and watch it again.
Listen, let me tell you something, Sam. That movie's terrible, and it is perfect.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why.
The worst perfect movie
Ooh, okay.
I think I've ever seen.
I'm interested. Watch it. It's gonna be funny.
I'm concerned about what Warner Brothers is doing with their money and whether or not they're just like, hey, you know what? Just throw DC to the wolves. Let's just see what sticks. Let's just throw it out there and see what happens. At this point,
they probably told him they could do anything. Just like Sin said, after the last one, they probably say, hey, you do know whenever Flash does something, you know you can pretty much just go back and do whatever it is that you want at that point, because so you guys here's free reign. Just take all the properties, just do some stuff with it. Just like I said, see if it sticks. I don't know.
Who is this for? Who is the intended audience? I feel like I have to ask this question consistently when it comes to DC and their characters. Like, who is the intended audience? Like, is it just you are a diehard Batman fan, let's do it? Is it truly going for the heavier, the more comedy route they've been going with, like Harley Quinn? Is it feels like it's going the more adult route, so it's not for kids.
Oh,
you know
no,
what I
it's
mean?
rated R.
So it has the exact same animation and art style as Batman the Brave and the Bold, which was purely for kids. So, like, who is this for?
Robert Deans.
Hey.
Apparently.
They're going to test the
Is
waters.
it really, though? I mean, because they've done... Listen, the Adam West animated Batman, they've done animated films for them relatively recently. Mm-hmm. You can always go back and enjoy the old Scooby-Doo ones. You don't need this. You don't need this. And I guilty pleasure, I like blaxploitation stuff. I'm all about Pam Grier, Foxy Brown. Like, I hate Beyonce anyway, but I hate Beyonce, Foxy Cleopatra. Like, I hate that whole thing, but like, I don't like blaxploitation, all that Jim Brown, like, I'm with all that, but this seems like a waste of money.
They said, let's try this. I don't know. That's one of those ideas. Like, I think I do this every single time. Like, you know, someone gets thrown out the window. Like, I feel like this time someone made the idea. It's like, you know what? Let's actually go with that idea for this time, because I don't know.
Like
it's very left field.
After everything with the anime universe kind of coming to close, and you know they got Superman Man of Tomorrow coming, and then the first Batman one is this. Like, it just feels.
But Man of Tomorrow, I thought actually was okay. This one is just
sure.
This is like far left from what Man of Tomorrow is. So I don't.
Exactly.
Hey, if Bruce Lee joins the Justice League, I don't know. I guess they're gonna try to have him join the Justice League. I don't know.
I listen. I'll be honest. For a moment, it felt like, okay, Marvel's really gonna push Shang-Chi. Let's do something.
I thought about that for a second.
That's honestly the first thing that came to my head was like, oh, okay, so let's jump out there and do something to push our own Shang-Chi or something like that.
Batman these Black Dynamite.
Hey, but look, I wouldn't be mad at that if it was actually Black Dynamite. Hey,
that would be clean.
Hey,
we
I
have no story there. We would have.
Then I'd be like, I'm all for this. I know why this is
hey, that would have been like that's like one of them Scooby Doo at the movie type things, and you feature Black Dynamite on there as a special guest.
You know, I'm not. Listen, Dave Roberts. I'm not saying it's not as good a time as any to introduce these characters. Because I mean, if not now, when? You know what I mean? If you're going to introduce them, but I do feel like this isn't. I feel like when you introduce new characters, like if you are in any way actually making an attempt to make those characters viable again, it has to be taken more seriously than this appears to be. Like, this doesn't even appear to be as serious as the Batman Ninja Turtle stuff. But it does feel like this is like, well, the Batman Ninja Turtle thing was successful, and that's just kind of super left field too. So why not? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Do we have a release date?
When it comes out, it's like January 10th.
Yeah,
like
January. It's I think it's like it's like a 2 week difference. Like the second week in January, the digital comes out, and then like the last week in January, the physical one comes out.
Okay. So in beginning of January, we'll find out.
Hey, since you just said that, anybody in the chat who's still buying physical, just let me know. Just give me a hoorah or something in it if you still buy physical media. I just want to know. I don't care if you order it and have it shipped or you go and you get it. I just want to know if you're still doing physical media. We need to have a discussion about that. What's up, Alfonso? This is the first DCAU film you're interested in. And you know what, Jay Roberts? Maybe they are after you, man, because you don't like none of the good stuff. Like,
yeah, Apocalypse War was on. Nah, so this is the one for him.
We gotta get this guy. Like, there's a whole sector we're missing. We gotta find a way to get him.
This might be the one to get him.
Alfonso, you do physical media? I need to know why. Why are you still doing physical media? Is it just, are you a collector? Is it just like you like the feel of stuff? You buy physical because the extras are significantly better. Are they still though? You too, Marcus. I know why you buy it, because you probably buy collector's editions and stuff like that.
He's like me, probably, yeah.
I mean, look, jokes. Have you seen my collection of stuff? I have quite the collection. And I haven't bought physical media in almost, I'm gonna say at least 15 years. It's close to that. I mean, once or twice since then, and that was.
Or you just sell off like a physical one. Like, well, Spider-Man's different. If it was the Spider-Man's the exception to it. I know you're gonna buy the physical of that just to throw it to the collection, but I normally like say my collector's edition is like if I get a collector's edition, 9 times out of 10 I take the physical one out there and I just sell it to a friend, and then I end up getting the digital one anyway.
The digital,
and so it pretty much pays for itself. Unless there's just something
you get it for the collector's piece. The collector's piece, sell the physical piece, and keep the digital thing that comes with the physical.
Pretty much.
Yeah, same here. Only it's got to be a collector's edition, something I really want for me to run.
Or if I'm buying a physical, it's got to be something with a good deal. Like if I'm buying like
the ones you sent me.
Like don't kill me because it's hurt my heart. But like I bought a physical copy of Watch Dogs Legion. Because that joint was half off. So I was like $29.99. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So like that kind of things I'll pull the trigger on sometimes, but otherwise it's all digital.
Let me just two things. One, I definitely feel you on that, Alfonso. Your internet is terrible. So sure.
Makes sense.
I'm with that 100%. Yeah. Where you are and how your internet can be. Got it. No issue with that. Jokes, let me say to you, with you having a physical version of Watch Dogs, you better leave that joint.
Oh, it's gonna live there. Oh no, that's gonna live in the box.
when the multiplayer comes out, they update that dog. I'm not waiting for you to find your disc. I'm not waiting for you.
Ty said he like 17.
Hey, I'm cool with that though.
Yeah, just want to be 17.
Yeah, Tony.
Have you been carded since you shaved?
I don't think he's been in here since probably.
No, I'm asking, have you been carded since you shaved?
Oh, target. I haven't been nowhere to be carded. Like I haven't been nowhere to be carded for.
All right.
No, but you ain't got to worry about it with Legion. Ain't like he gonna play games anyway.
I mean, you're probably right.
No, I am. But right now, that's a whole nother subject. We'll go there.
Sassy with the neck. Yes, I am. What was on that for just then?
Listen, he always has the neck. You just couldn't see it before because the beard was in the way.
What's all that extra sass for?
Oh yeah, it wasn't extra. It was normal.
Okay.
You could see the neck. That's all. Hey, so look, I saw today, right, that apparently the director of Creed 2 is in talks to direct a new Transformers film. Okay, look, let's just kind of get a litmus test going. Like, as a whole, the new Transformers franchise, the movie, how do we feel as a whole?
Don't care.
All the live action.
Don't care.
Nah?
Don't care.
Okay, but I mean, I'm fine with the animated and just Transformers. I don't need the human element.
I mean, nah, look, the first three live action Transformers were dope.
No, but I mean, they're solid.
I love them. Yeah, they were fired. Like when Shia LaBeouf wasn't all the way crazy yet, the joints they were clean. Like I got no major issues with them except for one death. I won't spoil it if anybody didn't see it. I only have issues with one death. But other than that, I think they were clean. I think they overdid it. I think it lasted too long, and I think they let Michael Bay have a little bit too much control.
Oh yeah, Michael Bay had to put his stable on everything. Explosions. Explosions.
Well, that's his thing. Did y'all like the live action Ninja Turtles that Michael Bay did?
They're okay.
I think about it for a second.
They're okay. They're more entertaining than I thought they would be, but I never saw the second one. I saw the first one.
I don't even think I watched it.
I could enjoy this if I went up there and saw it. I had a good amount of laughs with it, you know, but I haven't seen the second one yet, so I do need to watch that at some point.
Maybe all right. You still haven't seen the CG joint?
I sat down and watched it right after we talked about it. I sat down and watched it. It was cool.
Fire. That joint fire. That fight on the rooftop between Rolf and Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Act like that thing ain't. Say cool. You wasn't getting into it. Say you wasn't like watching that trailer. Like say you wasn't getting into it.
Not as much as I thought I was going to be.
I mean, okay. I dig that, Floyd. You know what, J. Roberts, you don't like anything. You like I mean. Hey, look, here's where I'm at. Wait, Ty, you talking about you feel like the Transformers were true to the source material or the Ninja Turtles were true to the source material? Which one are you thinking?
I'm guessing
absolutely. The animated Transformers, the animated movie is absolutely the best Transformers thing that exists that isn't an actual Transformers toy. Period.
Ty said the Turtles.
Soundtrack, action, new characters, everything. Everything. Okay, Turtles. You know what? Look, I like the first live action Turtles. Consistently, right? Cricket. You gotta know what a Cricket. Yeah. What? So listen, all right. So if there is a new Transformers movie coming out, what do we want? What do we want to see? Do we start from scratch?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Like I've heard great things about Bumblebee. I only got like halfway through.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about it.
And watch it. So maybe they can piggyback off of Bumblebee.
If we kind of follow,
pretty good.
Yeah, if they follow the Bumblebee story,
I don't like John Cena mostly at all.
I'm just interested because it's like it's all the OG stuff, the way that they did with Bumblebee, you know, OG Optimus, and seeing all that, like that was really what sold me on that side. So if we can, you know, stay inside, if we're going to keep the human element and we stay inside maybe that universe, I think maybe I could get with it. But Bumblebee was not bad.
Bumblebee was pretty good, and if this is a movie that is a follow-up to Bumblebee that sits within that original like 80s universe, I can tell you now, I'm all in. I'm all in.
I'll be with it.
That joint, Bumblebee cleans up nicely. It actually does a good job of cleaning up some of the issues with the other live action films.
Okay.
Edie in there giving you trouble.
Hey, it was all for a good cause, so it'll eventually. It'll take forever, but it'll eventually all come back. I mean, it's not as bad as Gage. I mean, that was travesty. She cried for you, man.
Henry said, "Start in space and stay in space." Are we ready for a Transformers film that takes place completely on Cybertron? Because I don't know if we're ready for that.
I think we could be. We could be, but.
Hey, Slim.
I say let's see what this new direction they're taking to go.
You like Beast Wars?
I do.
I'm not even talking to you.
I do like Beast Wars. Beast Wars was awesome.
Count.
Why doesn't it count?
It's because it's not real.
Why is it not real?
Because Beast Wars is just an experiment for the people who did Reboot. They were just messing around, see what they could do with computer graphics.
And it worked. Beast Wars worked.
Slim, listen.
You say so.
Optimus Primal. Oh, Optimus Prime is an orangutan, a grayback.
Yep.
Silverback.
Stop it.
And then he became when he became Optimal Optimus.
Bro, listen. Megatron is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Stop it.
Beast Wars is clean.
That's not even cool.
You can have that, jokes. You can have it.
I will gladly have it. The only thing I'll say, the game sucked. The game was horrible.
You know why it's horrible?
That was PS1. That was horrible. Shut up.
This Beast Wars, bro. This garbage, bro. Like, listen. Here's what I like. Go back and actually watch Beast Wars. Like, try to remove the nostalgia.
Oh, I'll try and go back and watch it.
Young mind, like watching that joint. Like, I had on rose-colored glasses too, bro. Like, when they finally put the Transformers joints out on DVD, and I went back and watched them joints, they don't make any sense, dog. Like, Transformers are magic anyway. Like, I can remember having, like, detailed battles with people like, nah, dog, Transformers shrink. Like, they shrink and grow. They're magic, bro. And they're like, nah, it's no way. And I'm like, Soundwave is the size of a building when he's a robot. That man transforms into a Walkman. You can put it in. They shrink. Why are you not telling me? What are you talking about?
Oh.
They shrink.
They folding pieces, folding in on themselves.
Dinobots is a whole different thing, Marcus.
No. He's talking about Dinobot from Beast Wars. Dinobot was one of the better parts of what came in Beast Wars. He was a dope character.
The Dinobots are dope.
They're sad.
Grimlock
all day.
What? All day. Because I just straight up tell you, me Grimlock no talk. He crushed, dog. He's the Hulk. He is the Incredible Hulk of the entire Transformers universe. That's my guy right there. Grimlock is all in. Beast Wars garbage though. What's up, Kirk? All right, so some saying reboot, some saying continue Bumblebee, some saying do it in space. I guess we just had to wait and see, bro.
That's all we can do.
You know what I mean? What I'm gonna say is prepare to be disappointed, because chances are, since everybody wants something different, you're not gonna be happy.
Well, we know Robert Dean's not gonna be happy, so regardless.
Man,
make all three versions of it. It's still like nah.
Right, nah.
You know, listen. At least he knows that the original animated movie is Chef's Kiss. Chef's Kiss, bruh.
Yeah, I have no fighting on that.
Hey, listen.
I'll never
listen to my man Dirk Diggler sing "You Got the Touch." That joint. I was like, ew. He's ruining this for me. Why are they letting him do this, yo? They put him in the studio and let him sing that joint. It's terrible, dog. Oh man, hey, listen, that joint has one of the best Weird Al Yankovic joints. Totally stupid. Like, yeah, nah, that movie is classic, dog. And the Universal Greeting, best ever. Jokes. What's the Universal Greeting?
Don't do it. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Just leave me alone.
Hey, so listen. Back to Warner Brothers. I can't figure out what they're doing. But I did see it today. They dropped a new trailer for a live-action Tom and Jerry movie. Why is this happening?
I have no clue.
Like, I like Tom and Jerry, but this,
love them.
I love Tom and Jerry.
Love them.
Love Tom and Jerry. They are Tom. Listen, those cartoons are like classic Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Droopy. Like, I have the entire Droopy DVD set, physical, bruh. Like, I love those joints. Tom and Jerry, that kind of slapstick, like, you can't even get away with for real now. Like, because when you slap somebody in the face with a frying pan and the sound effect is the shotgun, there's nothing like that, bro. That joint is the best. Period. And they have never, ever been able to emulate that original feeling. Ever. And this doesn't do it either. And putting, like, Chloe Grace Moretz in it, I'm gonna try to give Michael Pena a little love. I'm not gonna watch this, but
no.
And I it's not for me. You know what I mean? And it's not for. I don't have kids that it's for anymore. So I'm not saying there's not an audience. Jokes is usually the target audience. I don't even think this is for Jokes.
Not even this one. Like, if they would have even just done some type of, you know, if it was more of a nostalgia type of thing, and, you know, hey, this is a hour and 15 movie of just nonstop Tom and Jerry doing, like, the classic antics, bringing in some of the characters, you know, just like it would, just like you said though, half the stuff they did you're not gonna be able to get away with now. But it's like, and then on top of it, I wonder how much screen time they're truly gonna have outside of course, just going to all the real people in the movie. I don't know. Been better off just making an animated, just go straight to DVD and call it a day.
Obviously, I can't see their numbers. They have to have numbers that say that Tom and Jerry do well for them. I mean, they definitely. Hey, Alfonso, we're gonna talk about that Rodimus Prime Ultra Magnus thing in a minute. We're gonna get back to that because that's a thing. That's the first time I think I heard a cartoon curse before I started watching anime. I would have open. You said, "Agents of Light, our darkest hour." I remember was struggling, but they shot my man to pieces. Hey, that joint was devastating.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
Speaking of which, devastated, classic. Tom and Jerry, as much as I hate them trying to make new Tom and Jerry stuff, and all the old Tom and Jerry stuff isn't good either. Like, I love, like, classic Chuck Jones animation, like his Roadrunner stuff like that, but his Tom and Jerry stuff is garbage. So all of it's not that good. But they have continued to make one-off movies, straight to DVD movies, made-for-TV movies. Like, they have continued push them for decades. So it must work in some manner. And they had to have numbers that said, this is worth spending the money. You have any idea how expensive it is to animate over top of live action and then do computer animation on top of that? Like, that's not cheap. And I probably wouldn't care if it wasn't for the fact that Warner Brothers, AT&T keeps acting like they want to get rid of Warner Brothers. Like, what are y'all doing? And I'm just like, who paid for this? Who greenlit this?
Maybe the project was too far along when you know, with Warner Brothers knocking that stuff, instead of just scrapping, like, all right, y'all already dumped a bunch of money into it. Let's try to get what we can out of it, possibly. I have no clue.
I don't even know if it's that. Like, I just feel like they started going through, like, they were sitting at a table figuring, like, properties that they had. It's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab this Tom and Jerry. Let's see if we can do something with this Tom and Jerry right quick. Because it really hasn't been nothing. Like, just like all the straight to DVD animated things that there's nothing. I don't know. Like, at first when I saw before I saw the trailer, and you know they hit you with just the teaser, showed the image and everything. I was like, oh no! Like I wanted to so much be like, hey, this could be kind of cool, but then I was just like, oh, this is not gonna be good at all. Like, I don't know.
There's zero hope in it.
You know what?
Hey, Top Cat. Hey,
man, listen.
yo, I mess with Top Cat.
Top Cat is a monster. Love Top Cat.
You can't do
now,
that, man.
As far as like Chuck Jones, Tom and Jerry stuff, I think for real, I hate the sound effects in them. They all have these weird, spaced out, spacey. Chuck Jones was super high when he was making those Tom and Jerry. Like he was super high when he was making those. They're so weird.
Johnny
they just
Bravo
don't have
movie with The Rock.
I'll be honest. I like the old run around the barnyard racist Tom and Jerry stuff. Like that's what I like. I like the choice.
Yeah.
Like I like the choice. That's what I like. I just think they're so classic. And again, I like all that old Looney Tunes stuff. All that stuff they were doing at like Termite Terrace, you know, classic Foghorn and Leghorn, Droopy, all that kind of stuff. Love that.
Yo, SWAT Cats is another one.
Hanna-Barbera stuff like Top Cat. I'm with it. Like Top Cat and Officer Dibble. Yeah, I love all that stuff, but they can't do a Johnny Bravo movie. We're not letting that happen.
Nah, not in this time.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Like SWAT Cats though. I remember they talked about they were doing like a reboot or some type of continuation animated wise, but like that never. I don't think that ever came to fruition for it. Like, I don't know if I honestly even wanted it in this point. Like, I feel like SWAT Cats was awesome when it came out. Like, I can go back and watch that. The whole dimension switch where they had like the evil versions of them, like that. All that was clean. So I think they can just let SWAT Cats be. If you try it, it scares me. But
I mean, I would not be remiss if they just reran the original show just to see how it does, and then maybe, you know what I'm saying, go from there. Like if they put it on Netflix or HBO Max or something like that, and just give it to you in its entirety and let you, you know what I mean, and just see what it does, see what it generates, and then go from there. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed.
Henry's like Darkwing Duck. Have you been? You must not have been keeping up with.
Going down.
Oh, yeah,
going down. Darkwing Duck will be coming back. I don't know if I actually want that. Listen, if there is one cartoon I need to see come back around, it's Gargoyles.
Absolutely.
That joint is hands down the best joint Disney ever did.
Period.
Dog, point blank. Period.
Straight up.
I talk all the time about who my favorite Disney villain is. Y'all know it's my man from Mulan, but that's usually because we're thinking about movies. But when we start talking about Xanatos,
my man, my man Perp just said,
my man a ball. He put a castle on top of a skyscraper.
He put a castle.
That's his baller status.
Hey,
because he's a G, bruh.
Hey, Perp, you talking about Biker Mice from Mars? Is that what you talking about?
You gotta be talking about Biker Mice from Mars.
Oh.
Which I'm gonna let you have your nostalgia. That joint's not good.
It's not. That's the same. And the thing is, I can admit to that. I can admit to it.
Avenger. That joint is not good.
Dog, I can admit to that. But damn it, I swear, I had them toys from Biker Mice from Mars.
If you listen, did you like Beetleborgs?
I sure did.
See, garbage.
I did like Beetleborgs.
I saw the setup coming.
My man just did the setup, but nah, I enjoyed. I like Beetleborgs as much as it was a ripoff. Wait, let me actually. You know what? Let me say it this way. I did watch Beetleborgs in the first run. I think the reason why I more of appreciated it was because then I went back and I watched the Japanese counterpart, and naturally it's 10 times better than what Beetleborgs is, especially when the story's different. But I still enjoy Beetleborgs though.
Hey, listen.
Was hilarious.
Street Sharks. We can't. We can't. Any of that stuff that was in that like afternoon comic strip joint, Street Sharks, Tiger Sharks, anything that was a fake, like Silverhawks, that was cool. Thundercats, that was cool. That was it. They tried to keep running with it. It's a no-go, bruh. No-go. It was ones that I like back then, like Mask. They were okay. Toys were cool. Mask was clean. Centaurians, clean. Legionaries, clean. But we had some terrible joints too. Brave Star, garbage. We had some terrible joints, bruh. Terrible joints. But in the 80s and like the early 90s, though, you could put anything on TV in the morning. They took a rated R movie and RoboCop and did that joint Saturday morning cartoon, bro. Like, you can't do that.
They did it.
They sure did.
They did it.
You could get away with stuff like that then, dog. Anything to sell toys. I mean, that's what most of that stuff was. Like, He-Man was my favorite joint growing up. And that joint was just made to sell toys. Which technically is the same thing Transformers was. Like, those toys already existed. They were already a thing in Japan, and they just kind of rebranded them and brought them over to the U.S. But for real, like, if you watch the behind the scenes when they talk about putting out the Transformers movie and parents being upset and writing letters in because they killed Optimus Prime, it was like, hey, we just trying to sell more toys, dog. Like,
that's all we care. We don't care. Yo, that don't hurt.
Come up with no better way to get new Transformers than to kill everybody else off.
Dog. I will never forget seeing that. And that was like one of the first times, like, just in an anime, actually seeing someone just Optimus Prime at that. Optimus Prime. It was like, wait. I guess what just happened? And then when he turned gray, I was like, oh, this just happened for real. Like, hold up.
He's dead. He's dead.
Well, he turned gray, and then the head turned a little bit. And I was just like, oh, what?
Trying to do the job. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Secret announcement. That movie, like took Starscream and pushed him up like 4 notches for me, because I hated Starscream in the cartoon just because he was whiny and whatever, and I knew he wanted to be the leader or whatever, and he was like dirty and always behind the scenes or whatever. So I hated him, and I was supposed to hate him. But in the movie, the way he stepped it up, he was like, "Hey, Slim, we got to get all these old big toys. They got to get off this Astro train, bro." Which, by the way, you're a train that's flying through space. You can't be too heavy. That's not how that works. But anyway.
Oh, y'all got some fighting words in the comments. My man Purpose.
Like, I still function anymore. Trust my man off the side of that joint. Hey, listen. Right then and there, I was like, "Oh, Starscream's a thug. Let him have it." And then when Galvatron showed up and dealt with him, I was like,
"Oh, Galvatron showed up. It was a wrap."
My man, let him Nimoy. Come get him. I was all about it, you know.
Hey, yo, Marcus, I know you said you watch Billboards of VR Troopers. I agree with that. VR Troopers was just, honestly, over here, was just to test to see if they could do another one of, like, the Power Rangers. Because if you noticed, in VR Troopers, they actually used a good amount of Power Ranger props in there. And because the other reason why they bought it, too, was they bought VR Troopers right in after the whole Green Ranger thing. I don't know if you noticed or not. It was actually supposed to be JDF was supposed to be the main character in VR Troopers.
Hold on a second. Hold on just a second. Hey, Perp.
I knew he was going to go to that bit.
You got to get this guy out of here.
I knew he was going to say something.
Man, Beast Wars ain't better than those Transformers.
Not even close.
Go. Now, Cops was dope. I love that. BP vest, long arm, nightshade.
Buttons McBoom Boom.
Buttons McBoom Boom.
What? Hey, Cops was clean. 12-inch figures with the fully opposable. Yep. Joe. What? Cops was clean. Big Boss, all of that. I was about Cops. You know? That joint was tough. Love that joint, man. Definitely super good. Yeah, Galvatron was straight. I mean, outside of getting bodied by Unicron, but
it took like, Unicron to do it.
He was a G. Like, just showing up and just starting like, "Who dares interrupt my coronation?"
He just started talking and like,
and just turn my man in the dust, dog. Literally, they stole what Galvatron did to Starscream in that moment and gave it to the Mandalorian in his rifle in the first season, just like let him smithereens, bruh. Blue Starscream to smithereens. Hey, come on, dog. Trap Cheetah.
Right, Trap.
Cliffhanger better than Trap Cheetah. Better than Trap Cheetah.
Cliffhanger, man.
They all like anybody, dog. Anybody. Pick an Optimus. Optimus Prime better than Trap Cheetah. And he's garbage. He's the worst Optimus. Straight up.
Still love Beast Wars. Hated Beast Machines,
Here's what
though.
I want to do. I want to talk about this Fresh Prince reunion. Because they dropped a new trailer for the reunion. And it looks super interesting.
Yes, it does.
I think it's going to be crazy heartwarming. It's going to get nuts when they start talking about the local Uncle Phil, our dear Master Shredder. Amazon Prime is better, dog. God. You was hurt when they killed Starscream.
I'm with him. That was my guy.
All right. Hey, listen. I mean, I like Cobra Commander too. That's my guy. I like Cobra Commander. You know what I mean? I'm not mad. I'm actually not mad at that. But yeah, I don't. Beast Wars garbage. Fresh Prince. Listen, did you watch the trailer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you watch the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, check me out. They're gonna have both on
Both on Vibs.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
It's canon? It's gonna be canon?
Both on Vibs exist.
Apparently.
Both on Vibs in the same space?
Same space. They were taking the picture together with Will. I was like, I'm thoroughly interested to see how this is gonna go. But like,
Vibs is about to be the sauce. Listen. It does make me wonder whether or not we're going to get some clarity on what exactly happened. I know they've been trying to tell this story for a minute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know she was beefing with Will for a minute, for a long time. And
Yeah, I hope they're able to just come on and clear the air. Because, like, I like to understand, I know she apparently was hard to work with on set or whatnot. But, I mean, we don't truly know to what degree it happened on there. And, I mean, if they clear the air and let us know, like, hey, I'm all for just even that little piece of it in itself. Yeah. But either way, the whole reunion thing, like, I wish James Avery was here to be able to be a part of this, because like we had a conversation beforehand, like Fresh Prince is my favorite sitcom that I came watching growing up. Well, rewatching almost, I guess you could say. But like I'm all for this reunion in every shape and form.
I think it's gonna be really good to get some of that. I like inside baseball. You know what I mean? I like the inner workings of things and kind of how things work, and hearing those kind of stories. That's what makes the extras on the physical media.
Yep.
Or it's the physical media sometimes. But, truthfully, digital is catching up to that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times now when you buy digital, you get all those extras, and they're just little digital videos or whatever. Yeah, I do think it's interesting to drop them at the same time. I mean, look, these streaming services have to find ways to compete with one another, and they have to find ways to try to keep people bought in.
Got to do it.
Having something like this, I think the most interesting thing about the reunion for Fresh Prince is that it is on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
And the original show and series was NBC, which would be Peacock.
Right.
So I think the most interesting thing is that it's not going to Peacock, but instead it's going to HBO Max. And so, they're going to do things like that in order to try to get you to jump in and subscribe. And, like, now is the time when it's like people will actually be giving the gift of a subscription to something in this for a month or two or something like that. And so now's the time to do it. There's some very disgusting things happening with streaming services and having exclusive content, like not having any Peanuts holiday specials because Apple bought them all. And if you don't have Apple TV, you can't watch time in like 40 years or whatever it is.
Right.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Like, even if you're Apple, like the idea of being Apple and having them and leasing them to somebody else so that they can show them on TV would still be like a gesture of good measure. Like, we as the public don't care if ABC pays you so that they, you know what I'm saying, so that they can show it. Mm-hmm. All you really got to do is run a bunch of Apple commercials the whole time.
That's all you got to do. Yeah. iPhone this, iPad
it's really
that.
Not that hard of a deal to work, but I can't imagine that there are people who want to see them so badly that they will subscribe to Apple TV to do it. That's just not. I don't see it happen. Like, I know people who have Apple product and don't subscribe to Apple TV, who ain't paying Apple TV to watch the Peanuts. If you're gonna do that,
I got it free right now, but when it comes time for that subscription to expire, gone.
Just buy the physical media. I mean, you know what? Actually, the physical media has probably been pulled. Now that Apple has the rights to it, you probably can't get it.
You know what? You're probably right. Let's do a quick little test real quick.
Can't get it. It wouldn't surprise me. There's always a lot of stuff like that with like music and stuff like that. It took a long time for them to get like in living color put on DVD because they had to work out the rights for all the musical guests and stuff like that they had on there. That kind of stuff always kind of holds up licensing and so forth. Because you have to work out rights, and a lot of times you don't even know who has those rights. You don't know if it's the record label or if it's the actual the artist or the original writer or whoever. Like, all that kind of stuff gets super, super convoluted. But also, if my math is right, technically Disney owns Martin now because Martin was Fox. And unless Martin Lawrence has the rights to those, which I don't think he does, Disney hasn't. And if it goes anywhere, it will probably show up on Hulu. That would be where I would imagine it would show up, because that's where they have the majority stake. Is there. Yeah. The other majority part of Hulu is owned by Sony. But Sony and Fox, for a long time, had specific deals together. If you bought any Fox television series DVDs, all of them were done by Sony. When you get to the very end of the disc, I'm talking about like credits are gone and you watch like the FBI warning that runs at the end. The final banner is always a Sony media banner. Sony always did all of Fox TV shows DVD. So there is also a deal that's there. But again, Fox, Sony, Disney all had stake in Hulu. And then when Disney bought Fox, they got a majority.
Right.
So yeah, I think if anything, that's where it ends up going. That's one of those things that's really weird about PlayStation 5 not having Hulu upon release. When it's like, dog, you have ownership. How's that app not available on your console?
Think something through.
That's a whole other thing. Hey, listen, Martin on Hulu might be the only way to get it. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. Season 2 of Woke. That's gonna be a thing. Hey, look. Did y'all see the new Snyder Cut trailer?
Mm-hmm.
There's two. There's a new teaser and there's a black and white trailer.
Pretty sure I watched the teaser.
Real talk. What are the chances? Is there even a possibility that the Snyder Cut could be worse than the original film? Than the film that got released, the theatrical release? Is it even possible?
It's very possible.
Is it really?
You know, I wouldn't think it could be, like, but in this time and day, nothing surprises me anymore. So
anything is possible, you know. It'd be sad though, all this money and advertising.
All this money, advertisement, all the publicity, and this thing turns out to be absolutely garbage. Like,
they'll make that money back in subscriptions as soon as it drops.
That's true too.
They will.
They'll make that money back in subscriptions. Yes, it's stupid. Yeah, they're overdoing it. But people are asking for it.
Yeah. And
anybody who's asking for it that doesn't already have HBO Max will absolutely have HBO Max to watch it. And the fact that it is multiple hours of content, not all released at once.
You guys are going to have you for a little while.
They're going to make that money back. There's just no two ways about it. It's a very, 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 very smart way to do it. Makes me want to throw up. It's super smart. And I don't believe it's possible. The Justice League, as it exists, not that good.
Right.
For real, not good at all. It is watchable, but it's not good. Like, I wouldn't recommend anybody to watch that movie. Anybody who's like, I haven't seen it.
You don't have nothing. You're not missing nothing.
Yeah.
There's no reason to watch it. Like, it doesn't have. There are no outstanding qualities about that movie. Like, there's nothing about that movie where I'm like, yo, the part when such and such, you got to watch this movie. That doesn't exist.
Nah, there's one part in there, Flash, looking at Supes, but that's about it.
Yeah, but like, you don't need to watch the movie for that.
I was gonna say no. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just go watch the clip. But other than that, that's probably the highlight of the movie. Sadly.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna. That's the worst Flash we've ever had.
Yeah, I'm not.
I know a lot of people like Ezra Miller. I don't have anything against Ezra Miller, but I think that's the worst Flash we've ever had. And I really hope that this movie helps step him up. But like, a Flash who trips, that's just dumb.
It's dumb. I hate the way he runs. Like, I know that's stupid to say, but like the way he runs is just like.
No. It's not stupid. It's dumb how he runs because they put him in this stupid harness.
I've seen it. Yeah, it is.
Like, he's running on a treadmill, and they took it out, and it looks dumb. Like, it looks bad the way he runs, and you have two different versions of Quicksilver to go against it that both look better.
Not to mention, TV Flash looks better than the movie Flash. It's like lower budget, and they make it work. Yes, it's all CGI, but I mean, it looks better. I mean, granted, he's tripped too.
I agree with that. Yeah. That was the best part.
I'll sit on last.
Yeah. No doubt. There's no way. Like, the Snyder Cut, or whatever it turns out to be, can't possibly be worse. If for no other reason than the other one already exists. So, like, if we had never seen the other one, and we saw this and just like, oh, okay, it's streamlined or whatever, and we had the gaps that are missing from the original film filled in, like, this is going to fill in a lot of the gaps, and it's going to replace a lot of. It's going to fix a lot of the issues that we had just in terms of continuity, which, in and of itself, should automatically make it better. It might be too long, which is probably what it will be. But you know, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it all. You know, look, Justice League is not Lord of the Rings. It doesn't need to be that long, but whatever. But at the same time, the mistake they made in trying to do a Justice League movie without setting up all the rest of the characters means you still need to set up all these characters.
Right, and that's fair from the beginning.
Cyborg has no setup. So we'll get some Cyborg setup. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of it that just doesn't exist. And so by jumping the gun and trying to put this movie out first in order to compete with something that's already out, instead of following that blueprint, let's just keep it a buck. They're already copying and trying to do what they're doing. So why not just do it? I don't really think there's a world in which the Snyder Cut can be worse than what's already out. If anything, it's the same. It's just ads. But it can't be worse. I could be more angry at it because I don't personally like Zack Snyder's work. Any of it. That's not to say all his movies are bad. I just don't like his work. However, I just don't think it can be worse. I like Whedon's work better than his, and can't really say how much of what isn't on the cutting room floor is his work versus isn't. But, you know, I'm just, I just look. You're right. Snyder fans do. Well, Snyder fans think everything he does is a masterpiece. I can't figure that out to save him. But again, I know that it's art. Everything has its, you know what I mean? Like, me not liking it doesn't mean it ain't good or decent or whatever. Like,
just not your preference or whatever.
I can tell you it's garbage all day long. If you enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people like being punched in the face. Like, you know, get your kicks, bruh. But like, some people like Beast Wars.
Yes, they do.
But whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what you like. I'm not mad at you for liking it. It doesn't mean I won't point at you.
Good shot.
You know, whatever. Yeah, man. There's nothing Snyder. Listen, I think Sin City, the first Sin City, is probably his best film. That's my opinion. Sin City is probably his best film, and I think that the kudos that was given to him for Sin City made him feel like every other thing he did had to look like that.
Mhm.
Like everything is green screen, everything has some nasty filter over it. It just doesn't, like, his movies don't feel good to me. Like they don't feel real. They don't feel good to me. Everything looks like and feels like everything feels like it's fake. Like everybody in all of his movies look like they're in a VR thing or something. Like it just none of it feels good to me. And so much of the way I personally enjoy films and TV is them being designed to help my suspension of disbelief. And his films don't do that. Like his films make me feel like I'm watching a movie. They make me feel like I'm watching something that isn't real. And Sin City was an exception because it was supposed to look like
the way it was. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was like, oh, okay, I dig this. So outside of that, what was it, like Sky Captain in the World of the, like, get out of here, dog. Like, what are you doing? I don't. Yeah, it's just something about his work that just doesn't quite sit well with me, and it just feels like he overuses that technique. It's kind of like, to me, Zack Snyder's work is like auto-tune in music. It's just being done to death. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching him auto-tune his own singing to death. Like auto-tune it till it's out of pitch. I feel. I mean, look, you could give Robert Rodriguez credit for. I don't like a lot of Listen, Robert Rodriguez work it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, none of it is the kind of thing I'm like, oh man, a new Robert Rodriguez joint. Like, I'm never, like, that's just not. He has a couple of joints I like, but when he do Spy Kids, I think that's his best joint. I didn't like 300. People hate me for that. I didn't like 300. But now I'm not saying 300 was a bad movie. I just got oversold on 300. Like, I didn't see it when it first came out in the theater, and like everybody was running around going, "This is Sparta! Oh my god!" And like, I thought 300 was going to be 300 men destroying thousands of other men, and when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, there's monsters in there. Like, why are there monsters, and how come things are disappearing? And like, what is this?" It just was like, why did they, like, all of that was completely unnecessary. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So 300 was fluke. And like 300, like, I bought my first HD TV 120 hertz HD flat screen, an HD DVD player, and 300 on HD DVD. Like, yo, everybody's talking about this.
Let's do it.
This is my killer app. I'm gonna watch the shit out of this joint. Sat down and was like, what is this? What am I watching? The best part of 300 is the very first Spartan kick into the well, which happens like 15 minutes into the movie, and we're done. If I'm wrong, then why is the Spartan kick still the best thing happening in Assassin's Creed right now? Right now. Spartan kick all day. That's all people want to do. I just want to Spartan kick somebody. That's the coolest thing. Ask anybody about 300, they say, this is Sparta, Spartan kick into the well. That's it. That's all that movie is good for. Fight me all day if you want to, but that's what the actual facts are. I love it. I love it. Yeah, hey, listen, Greg, listen. Somebody hated me at Best Buy when we talked. I was like, yo, that was garbage. Why y'all sell me this? And look, listen, I know how I feel about The Dark Knight. And The Dark Knight was the other joint I got on HD DVD, and I love that joint. That joint looks phenomenal.
That joint actually was out on HD DVD?
Yeah.
Dang,
listen, I have a collection of HD DVDs sitting in this joint. I got the entire Harry Potter collection except for I think the last two weren't out yet when they put that collection. I got the chest.
I think I own 3 HD DVDs. King Kong because it came with the Xbox joint. I got the Matrix trilogy on HD DVD, and It's something else that I had. It's something else I can't think. I only have like a handful of HD DVDs, and
let me tell you, digital, bro. You don't need none of those anyway.
Nah.
Listen, let me tell you something. I have the fanciest coasters. Dog. I have the best pop culture coasters you've ever seen. Come through, sit your drink down. We don't need these. You looking for frisbees? Got them. Got them. I got them.
Oh,
don't need none of it. We don't need none of it. It's just, it's not even. Woo, boy. Yeah, man. Come on, man. The spear throw at the end that he threw into the fake guy with all of it. Get him.
Nah, Spartan Kick owns that.
That dude was the least threatening villain I feel like I've ever seen in a movie.
I will agree with that. Now,
Period. And I love me a good villain. A really good villain. I'm talking about like Leon the Professional. Bring everyone. Like, those are my villains. Like, the ones who just, like, don't even see him coming. Like, they just brooding and threatening and dark for no reason.
I need to go on a Zack Snyder wormhole in my vacation.
Do it, bruh. Go down that rabbit hole, bruh.
I haven't watched a lot of them in a long time.
Made them look like garbage, bruh. Listen. My man Gerard, they just made that dude take his shirt off for like the next 3 years, everywhere he went. You know what I mean? Like, he couldn't even do anything.
Man was trying to do that 300 workout regimen afterwards. It's like that was horrible.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, listen. So we got a couple things we need to do before we shut this down. Jokes.
Yes, sir.
Hook me up, bro. Hook me up real quick, bro.
Hooking you up.
Yeah, I'm gonna appreciate you really fast. Really fast. So I want to take a moment. You guys know that a couple of months ago we were selling shirts for breast cancer. All the proceeds went to a really good cause. We appreciate everybody who did purchase a shirt. Again, it's just, we try to do things to make sure we give back. Today, I became aware that a friend of ours, friend of the show, Roddy Roberts, also known as the Art Nerd, his wife has recently been diagnosed with breast cancer. And he has shirts that are on his website that are for sale, that are going to a good cause. And he, along with us now, are hoping that people will purchase and wear those shirts, along with him and his family in her journey in this fight to win this fight. So Jokes has a link. If you could throw the link up in the chat for me, Jokes. Anybody who's interested, it's a beautiful shirt with a sunset and a ribbon in it. It says hope underneath of it. If you visit his Instagram, and you should follow the Art Nerd on Instagram. You know, he has a blurb about it and what hope means to him and to his wife. And it was a thing before this happened. She even has a tattoo of it. She has a thing for sunsets. She loves sunsets. And, you know, he talks about how even the kids kind of would make fun of her for taking pictures of sunsets all the time. So, you know, we got a lot of love for Rodney. We consider him family. And so anybody who follows us, please, if you would go and follow him, if you want to go and get a shirt to help him, he would greatly appreciate it. I'm positive that he would. We just want to take the time to spread a little love. Now that we have done and said that, next week, because it's Thanksgiving, we are still doing a show on Tuesday, and we will move our normal Thursday cutscene show from Thanksgiving. We'll move it to Wednesday. So we'll do cutscenes on Wednesday. We'll talk video games. But next Tuesday's show, we are going to spend the show trying to point out and highlight as many of our good friends who are in the art community or in this world, people who have been on the show with us and so forth. We're going to try to make sure we get to highlight the folks like you see in the comments, like J. Robert Deans or Leah, who does photography, or just going to kind of try to pull some links together and stuff like that and just do a whole show where we take the opportunity to give thanks in a year like this for still having ways to communicate with each other, to see each other, to spend money and you know, with each other instead of necessarily going to big chains. I think that as we're coming to, Black Friday, which for most people is when they start their holiday shopping, it just is super important to take the opportunity to make sure we can do what we can to help get links and information out to people who want to maybe buy artwork or buy books or get photographs done in some way, shape, or form as safe as we can get it done. We want to try to highlight and just kind of give thanks for us being a part of this community and knowing so many really, really great people, and kind of try to show some of that love back by helping people have the opportunity to see that there are places that they can go to get really good things, especially things that like their family members just aren't. You're not going to get them at a regular store.
Right.
The kind of gifts that you can cherish that are different, you know what I mean, and you can have shipped. And so this year, having not had conventions, as tough as it is for those who make their money by traveling to conventions and selling their wares and doing new artwork and so forth, for us as folks who go to those conventions and generally use those conventions to fill our walls, material, there are still ways to do that. And so we're just going to take some time to spend an episode, and it might be a little bit longer of an episode than normal. But we just want to make sure we take a chance to do that. So, if you're going to be, tuning in next week, we greatly appreciate it. If you know anybody who you think might be shopping, if you're thinking about buying stuff for people for the holiday or whatever, whatever you celebrate, I think it'll be a good chance to kind of come in and see some of those things. So we're just going to try to take some time to highlight some of those things and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. On that note, if you would, put the link to our link tree up.
Sure do.
Again, we are on this chase to 10,000 followers on Instagram. So again, we want you to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. But another thing that you guys can do to help us, we have some people that are watching us on Twitch now. Some people are watching on YouTube. Some people are watching on Facebook.
All over.
Somebody's watching on Twitter. If you are following us on one of those platforms and you don't follow us on the other platform, please click the link tree and go to those other platforms and just follow us there. Subscribe on YouTube, hit the ding-a-ling bell, as we like to call it. That helps us out. It would be very helpful for us if you're following us in one place, even if the only place you ever watch us is where you're watching us now or where you're listening to us now, it would still be very, very beneficial for us if you would go to those other platforms and just give us a like. That would absolutely help us.
Appreciate it.
Or share it on those other platforms. We would greatly appreciate that. So, as we wrap up, I want to thank everybody for being in the show with us and being super active. I was super active today. If you hit a couple of nerves, Beast Wars week.
Stop it.
Week. You know what I'm saying? Dark Knight week. Like, we just, we just out here just starting stuff. You know what I mean, with folks. I appreciate all of you. Oh, man. Great brought up EDTV. Hey, listen, the first EDTV I sold, 720p, flat screen, plasma, EDTV was like $13,000. Lady was just like, and lady came in and was like, yeah, I want to buy this. And I was like, she wanted to apply for a credit card. And when I asked her what her annual income was, she was like, I don't have a job. I was like, wait, what? Real true story. She's like, yeah, my husband works, I don't work, but I want to buy it for him. But I need to get a credit card to do it. And I was like,
my man ended up paying for his own TV anyway.
Oh, yeah, he was paying for it anyway. It didn't matter. They had a farm, she was stay home wife, whatever, man. That's a good gift. You know what I mean? She was like, he's outside working hard all day. I want to be able to come home and relax, and I want him to have the nicest thing. And I totally felt that, but I still need your annual income in order for you to apply for a credit card. That's just kind of how that works. I don't know what to tell you. She bought that joint. It worked out.
Hey.
Oh man, Perp. Listen, I'm gonna let you have that last shot. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna bother you because I know you ain't even really mean it. Like I know you just saying, to get under my skin, and when the show is over, you had to think about that. So
nah, he good. Beast Wars dope.
Yeah.
Like I said before, Beast Machine sucks, but Beast Wars is good.
The same joint. They're the same show.
We will not lop those two in together. Beast Machines was bad.
Listen to the name.
It was a continuation that shouldn't have happened, or if it did, it needed to be done differently.
It was a joint that shouldn't have happened in the first place, and we could just end it there. But I was trying to let it go. Here you go.
Yeah, here I go. I'm defending Beast Wars.
Look, man. Love y'all all. Thank y'all for tuning in. With that, we're out. Toodles and loose.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.